I threw that right at the end there. Cox was a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's also a fan of this podcast. So welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Tangent Podcast, episode number 94 for the week of December 19th, 2016. I am your host, Brian Thomas, alongside my co-host, the Beacon of Light, Anthony Salvatore.
What's going on?
The Bootless Wonder, Gary Hines.
What up?
And fourth mic is not here.
Ball is life, bro.
Ball is life, bro. Ball is life.
Unfortunately.
And we're the podcast for the site pixelatedpoints.com, where we talk about the games that we've been playing during the week in a little segment we like to call Under Your Thumb. And then we take a quick break and come back with the Drunken News, where I read the news and these guys get drunk. But before we hop into Under Your Thumb, before we get under it, I want to know what you guys have been doing during the week. I haven't talked to you.
You're killing it today. You're killing it.
Yeah.
You're on top of this right now. I had a hell of a week, Brian.
So what did you do this week, Gary?
I went to the Patriots game Monday night.
Patriots game.
Yeah.
For
Monday
those
Night
of you that
Football.
don't know, Monday Night Football. Check it.
Pats Live.
We're-
TB12.
We're in Boston.
That's
We're in the
what
greater
we
Boston area, so the
Yeah.
people here, we're New England fans, so suck it.
Yeah.
There it
People
is.
went
Rest of the
live.
world.
Yeah.
Best team in the NFL. Tom Brady. TB12.
Yeah.
Greatest
If you
of all
don't like
time.
it, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, so I went to the
We'll
Patriots
delete
game
those.
Monday night. Late night.
Yeah.
I didn't get out of Foxborough is a hell of a place.
Oh, it's brutal. There's one
They're one way in.
in, one way
You
out.
get called for work the next day.
Oh,
I didn't work. Brian knows I didn't
Yeah.
work on Tuesday.
You want to know why? Because Overwatch patch dropped on Tuesday,
So you-
and then I was all like at work, like, "Oh my god, let me see those skins. Let me see those
I'm
skins."
sending him pictures of all the skins that I got already.
This fucking guy.
He
Yeah.
preps.
Topical.
Gary preps. He's,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was ready. I planned this all out. But
So-
yeah, so went to the game Monday night. Didn't get home till like 3 a.m. because traffic after the game was ridiculous. 2 hours.
Met some Canadians, eh?
Yeah, met
Yeah.
these sweet guys from Vancouver.
Yeah.
My father went to the game, almost started a fight.
With these two dudes.
These two guys, they were friendly guys. They were down for their 30th birthday. One was a Pats fan. They came down, and it was quite interesting. They did not look like they were going to be speaking in a Canadian accent.
Okay, what ethnicity are we talking?
I would say that they were Middle Eastern.
Okay,
And when they spoke, my jaw hit the floor.
okay.
So-
Just wasn't expecting it.
Wasn't expecting it, but they were the coolest guys. And I was they were really weirded out that I didn't have like a strong Boston accent. They were like, they didn't
Were they
understand. They were like,
you to
you
sound-
lived around here your entire life, eh? And I'm like,
Should introduce
we-
them to the podcast and then
Yeah.
to me.
yeah. Be like, this guy speaks like an asshole. You meet this guy.
Speaks,
So yeah,
wow.
no, it was interesting. It was a fun time. Patriots won 11-2.
Nice.
This shit. So that was my week so far. I've been working, but not really.
Nice.
So makes
Nice.
sense. Yes and no. Moving
Nice.
on.
Beacon?
Tony.
Yeah,
anything?
ditto. Same.
Just work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
You go to the
didn't-
Patriots
you
game
went
on
to the Patriots game? You
Monday
met
night?
two guys that were from Vancouver.
Middle Eastern. Had a tough time with the accent, but we got there.
Nice. Very nice. God, Mike, what are you doing back there?
Oh, my week?
Yeah.
Nothing good. But tomorrow I got the faculty Christmas party.
Nice.
Always a plus.
So we're going to...
Always at least one person that's borderline
Shit-faced.
getting fired after one of the parties.
Yeah.
Well,
That's always
It's a good way
good.
to look at it.
This is just for our department, so it's more
Sounds like-
localized.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
So it's
still
like,
going to be a shit show.
You got my back, I got your back.
yeah,
type
no
of deal.
one's... Yeah.
I got
But
it.
it's-
We got a holiday party tomorrow at Granite, and whew, man, it's going to be about 1,000 people in the Seaport World Trade Center.
Yeah. It's going to be about 15 for me.
And someone's
Close.
either puking, getting fired, or I don't know what's happening there.
Always happens.
Always happens.
My money's on Cox.
But you know what I want to know what's
That'd be
happening?
funny.
The games during the week.
Yeah, there we go.
Games that we've been
Who
playing.
went
during
last
the- I think God, Mike, Justin went last week. So we're gonna just hand this off.
I don't know who just.
We're gonna
did,
hand this
so.
off to Gary because he went before Justin, I believe. So I'm making the executive decision. Gary, please go ahead.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna pick myself anyways. So
Okay.
thanks, Brian.
You're welcome.
Didn't
Thank
matter.
you. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So Brian mentioned earlier Overwatch.
Yeah, I
Tried
did.
Mike. Overwatch came out with a patch this week.
Yep.
So their Winter Wonderland patch released on Tuesday, December 13th. And I got mixed feelings on a lot of it.
Mixed feelings.
Mixed feelings.
Shit.
Okay.
Mixed feelings.
Hit me with the good first. Because
The
I
good?
feel like we're going to
bad.
agree on a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So the good, the skins.
Yeah, skins are incredible.
Skins.
Let me just follow up with this. So I've opened
How many loot boxes?
6.
You haven't
I've
got one
opened up
again?
6 loot boxes. Ask me how many skins I have.
How many skins?
Is this the Halloween all over again.
It's close. I got one skin.
So, you beat
It's
it.
Sombra, which is okay.
Okay,
I don't play
okay.
Sombra, but it's still cool.
Yep.
6 skins. I'm up to my eyeballs in sprays and tags. Although I did get the really cool Widowmaker where she's like holding
The
she's like
mistletoe?
holding the mistletoe, and then she's like pow, punch you in the face, step on your throat, and then it's
Just kidding.
just kidding.
Yep.
That's about it though. I don't.
all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got. Gary over here. Well, I was playing with him on Tuesday. He opened 5 loot boxes. Gary, how many skins did you get off the 5?
Off the 5, I got 5.
5. I was telling people 4. So
Yeah.
I know that you have.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I got 5. I got a lot.
So you got Tracer.
100%.
Yep. So Tracer is a legendary. So there are 4 legendaries, just like the Halloween update, where they had 4 legendaries. Where if you want to purchase them, they are 3,000 coins,
Which is pretty expensive.
It's quite a lot for those that aren't just saving their coins
For
in-
these specifically.
Yeah, and Tracer is one of them. So Tracer's dressed like an elf. Really sweet fucking skin. Like really
Yeah,
nice
it's a
Tracer
really good
skin.
skin.
A skin, squin.
Hey, you know what?
the fuck?
I'm just gonna let you go with it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call you out on
so
it.
it's a really nice Tracer skin. And then I also have the Reaper, which is kind
just
of
frosted.
It's like frosted. It kind of reminds me of the Reinhardt Halloween.
Yeah,
skin.
where he's got the blue face.
Yep. I got Reinhardt. I got Roadhog, who's dressed up like
Rudolph, which is awesome. So he's all in green and red, and then he's got the antlers up here, but
Yeah.
his stomach is painted or tattooed with Rudolph, and then he has a big red nose for his belly button,
And
and
it's
that
like-
lights
yeah,
up.
it's a
He's
lights
got
up.
like a candy cane hook, which is
And then
awesome.
The best part about it, and I didn't notice it until yesterday, was his gun has a little message on it that says "From Junkrat."
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
his gun was like a present,
from Junkrat? That's
which I
awesome.
thought was a really nice touch to it. So I really like that skin. And then I also received the Farah skin, which
Where
is
it's
like the eyes.
frostbited.
Yeah, it's like the eyes.
Frostbitten.
Frostbitten. I have the McCree, which is the screw.
Oh, did you buy him or did
I
you
bought
get
him.
it? Oh, okay.
I bought him. I didn't get that.
You needed that immediately, didn't you?
Yep, I did. And then I also got the emote for Zarya, which I think is one of the better emotes, where she has like the mystery gift, and she'll open up it's like a Christmas gift, and then there'll be one time it can be a teddy bear, another time it could be a toy, another time she pulls out another gift, and then another gift, and then
Oh,
another gift.
well,
and then
that's
another
perfect
gift.
because Russian dolls do that.
Yep. So she got, and that cost 3,000 to get that emote.
Oh, nice.
So
Good
it's
for
a
you.
legendary emote.
I did get a diva like celebration. She has lights all over her. I don't know what that is, but
and then also Symmetra has a really nice highlight intro with the snowflakes and stuff like that.
That's very cool.
There are a lot of cool skins.
Lot of
Torborn
cool
is Santa Claus.
Yep.
So
You got-
that's fucking sweet. His actual turret looks like a reindeer. It has antlers, and it's got like a
man.
Rudolph nose on it. So it looks, that's top notch.
yeah, I mean,
That's really good.
they all. Who's the? So there's Zenyatta is a
Nutcracker.
legendary. He's dressed up as a nutcracker, and then he has nuts like
His
chestnuts
orbs are chestnuts.
instead of.
So you're just
regular
hitting
orbs.
nuts to face. You're just hitting people in the face with your nuts.
Nuts to face.
Nuts to
to face.
face. And then the last one is
Winston.
Winston is a Yeti. He's like an abominable snowman.
Which, yeah, makes
Makes
sense.
sense.
Perfect
Yeah.
sense, and
Yep.
it looks fucking sweet. I'm really hoping to get it. So I have around 2,500 coin right now. So I'm gonna continue getting the loot boxes and hopefully get up to 3,000,
And
then
get a
wait
Winston.
till the very end. And then if I don't get anything, then I'll
Go
buy
Winston,
what I want. The one legendary skin that I was pretty disappointed in was Maze, actually.
Oh, she's the last legendary?
Yeah, she's a legendary, and so hers is really just a reskin. So I'm gonna kind of talk a little bit about some of the negative when it comes to the skins right now. So May as a legendary is pretty much a
Mrs.
reskin.
Claus, right?
She's a Mrs. Claus, so they really just made her red, put a Santa hat on her, and called it a legendary. Now, the only thing that I think which makes it a legendary is the fact that when she goes into her ice wall or
Yeah.
her cocoon,
She turns into a snowman.
she turns into a snowman in the game. So I think
Is that in game no matter what outfit you're wearing or only when you're
only
wearing?
when you're wearing the
Okay.
May legendary
Gotcha.
Mrs. Claus outfit.
All right.
So I think that's what makes it, but at the same time, I don't think it's it's not a legendary skin.
So there's 4. There's Winston,
No, so there's Tracer,
Tracer.
There's Tracer. There's Zenyatta. There's
Mrs. Claus for May.
Mrs. Claus May,
And then
there's Torbjorn.
Okay, so Winston isn't 3,000.
Winston is 3,000.
So that would be a legendary too.
Yeah, so he is
Yeti?
actually a legendary. Yeah, so then there's Winston, and then there's also we said Zenyatta. Who says Zenyatta?
Yeah.
So yeah, so there's a bunch of different legendaries, but there are also a lot of epics or
Like the somber one that I got it's called Peppermint, and
Yeah.
she just kind of looks like a dark red candy cane. So that's kind of cool.
yeah. And then I mean like McCree's, he's a Scrooge.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. I kind of feel like the Reaper one was a little, I don't know. I just feel like that
It's
one.
growing on me.
It looks cool. It's like blue and black and light blue, but I'm still like, all right, I feel like you're missing the mark there. It's
funny. Like I don't understand why they would be like, okay, we're gonna make a Christmas skin for Reaper, and then but we're only gonna make it an epic, so you can't really do too much to it. So like just make some blue.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I feel. Zarya's.
Oh, Zarya's
Let's
skin,
mention Zarya. Like
it's the worst.
Zarya is my most played character on Overwatch. Love Zarya. Love playing her. She has no fucking skins. And the skin that they came out with was literally a reskin of just like her suit is now a little snowy and she's got some frosted tips. It
Should
the worst.
should be noted that her normal legendary skin is like her in an Arctic, so she looks like Han Solo.
Arctic camera.
Yeah.
Arctic. She's got like the giant goggles, the big fur hat and coat.
Yep.
So she looks like Han Solo on Hoth. And I mean, like at that point, it's like, what else do you do? I don't know.
I don't know, but it wasn't what they gave us.
Yeah, it was kind of bullshit. But
So to get off the skins, which were for the most part really
I feel
good.
like that's what everyone really, really likes is
Yeah.
the skins with the events.
Absolutely. And then the maps. So 2 maps got a Christmas like remake. So Hanamura
And King's Row.
Row. And you can play them in a certain playlist. It's like a winter playlist that only does Mystery Heroes. Me and Brian were playing it,
Crushing it.
crushing it. And then so they remade the map so that there's snow all over the place. There's Christmas trees, and I feel like it was really well done. Like both
Yeah.
maps, they feel they're the same map, but they got these new
little details. So, for example, in King's Row, when you're defending the objective, you're starting off at some sort of foundry or workshop, basically.
workshop.
But now it's turned into a present, like Santa's workshop, where there's a ton of presents on conveyor belts and like
They're
this.
all moving through the lines.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
like that.
So there's
Elves everywhere.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Hanamura is just a snowy. I feel like there's not really a whole lot of detail with that, except there's just snow now.
Yeah.
Which I don't hate it, but
There's snowmen
there's-
and stuff like that.
What's up?
Snowmen.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
so
they're there.
I'll take a quicker or a longer look at Hanamura.
Yeah. And then on top of that, they also released a seasonal event, like a
Like Junkrat's or Junkenstein's
Junkenstein's
Revenge.
Revenge, which was PvE. This new one is like May's Snowball Fight. So this is where I have an issue with this.
Before Gary goes off on a tangent, for those of you that don't know, May Snowball Fight is a 6 versus 6. Everyone is May, and you only get to throw a snowball. One snowball. So if you run out of ammo, which happens often, there's snow on the ground that you have to recharge your gun, and then you get another shot. If you use her ultimate, you have unlimited ammo for about 5 to 10 seconds.
Yep.
So it doesn't freeze everybody in the area like it normally does. It just gives you unlimited ammo, which can be clutch in key situations where I got my ass kicked. But voila.
Well, I played May's Snowball Fight for about 2 rounds, and then I turned it off. And I'm
Did
like,
you
I'm
get the
never
loot
playing
box
it.
for it?
No.
No?
Didn't give a fuck about that loot box. I'm like, I'll get plenty of them. So like,
You might
literally
as well do that.
Literally, I could not stand playing this game. It was,
Quit already.
dude. So Overwatch is a very fast-paced game. This is my problem with it. Very fast-paced. One of the quickest thinking games that I've played as far as a first-person shooter goes. This game mode slows everything down to a snail's pace, right? So you only have one shot, and then you gotta reload it, and it takes a while to reload. Everyone is fucking May, and it's all on this one map.
You can ice wall. You can still hop into your healing thing.
It's stupid and it's slow and it's a disappointment. It's really I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the event, but I also think this is what Blizzard does, just like they do with the skins, where they're like, we can't make it that good, right? Because what Blizzard's doing is they're going, okay, everyone loved Junkenstein's Revenge, right? We can't come up with a half-assed PvE if we weren't prepared to make a PvE for Christmas, the Christmas event, the holiday event. So what they're doing is that this is what we're going to give you guys is a little fucking snowball event. It's really not what people wanted, but I'm sure that down the line, what they're working on that's coming is going to be a bigger event that we'll actually like.
You mean Hanzo Cupid, where everyone plays as Hanzo shooting arrows for Valentine's Day?
One arrow,
a month and a half.
and 2 years.
That's what's going to happen, man.
That's
That's what's going to happen. You're going to be playing as Hanzo in a diaper, and he's just going to be pulling out arrows and hitting people.
I don't want that.
That's what's going to happen.
I don't want that.
You're going to get a Cupid Hanzo skin for Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah.
Unless they skip over that and go to St. Patrick's Day for March.
Which I'd be down with.
Leprechaun.
Yeah,
Leprechaun.
Junkrat.
Yeah, I was thinking Leprechaun Junkrat.
Roadhog would have to be teamed up with them at some point. But there's a lot of things that they can do, but I will say that this event is very, very disappointing from the sake of just like the arcade event that they're having.
Yeah.
The skins, the remakes of the maps.
Everything is great. I feel like the May Snowball thing, I did enjoy it for the first. I played it for 3 or 4 matches. I understand what it is. I will never play it again.
Yep. Nope.
Unless when it resets, if it gives me another loot box to play it, I will play it.
Yeah, no.
I need those badly.
Yeah,
I don't have the luck that some people have.
It's not
Gerald.
luck, it's skill.
It's skill. Opening loot boxes.
Yeah, you gotta will it, influence it to give you what you want.
All right, I'll do that.
Talk to it. Talking to a fucking bird dog.
Bird dog.
Overwatch.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Who's a good puppy?
Okay, so moving on.
Yeah.
I'm done with Overwatch. So the last
now.
game that I've played was, or I will say tried to play, was Pokemon Sun.
What happened?
So last week I told you guys that I made it to the final island, right?
Got lost in the place.
No. So what happened is I didn't save. I didn't.
Seems like a user
That could be a
error.
problem.
That sounds like Gary was like, oh shit, I got to do something. Close, and then you
Battery
didn't
died.
save. Battery died.
Didn't go back to it for a couple days. Went back to it. I'm back at the fucking ship, right?
What island is
It's
that?
just a little. The one he got lost on.
The one I got lost on. Now I'm not lost, but I knew what to do. So I went through it again. Fucking spamming the B button and A button to get through these fucking conversations. There's a lot of fucking conversations going on.
I hear that the sister talks a lot. Is this what happens?
Yeah.
The sister's
This
just
whole
a
text.
chatty Cathy?
All text.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
So I had to replay that. Got through that. Went to, was it Pony Island or?
Pony, yeah.
Pony Island. Went there, got there. And then I was like, you know what? I just was really stressed out for that last hour of going back through that. I'm like, I wanted to do the QR code again, right? So QR code, scan a couple codes, get a get a different Pokemon that that you wouldn't be able to normally get or whatever. So, but I had to go back to another island to be able to get it. So I left Pony Island, went back to another island, did the QR codes, ended up getting a fucking, was it a Rhino or
Rhinehorn?
Rhinehorn?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, so I got a Rhinehorn. Cool. And then went to go back to fucking Pony Island. But guess what? I didn't progress far enough into Pony Island that there's no fucking fast travel on my Charizard.
That's true.
So guess where I have to go?
No, you don't know. Don't you? When you hit first Pony Island, you go to Seafolk Village.
I didn't even go that far.
You had to have gone that far.
I landed on the docks and I fucking fast traveled out of there.
You can take the boat. When you go to the next boat, it drives you back.
You have to go back to the fucking,
Athena Paradise?
yeah.
Oh, so that boat, yeah.
Don't
that
look
boat
at me. I have no idea what the hell's happening
That boat
here.
drives you back to Pony Island, though.
Yeah, but I have to go now. I had to go back to the fucking place and talk
Correct.
to those people to get back on the boat to get
See-
back to Pony Island. And I was like, I'm done with this for now. I am done with this for now. I did all that. So I played for literally like 3 hours and have progressed
Nowhere.
no farther.
I mean,
That's my experience.
It's your own fault on that.
I mean, it is my own fault. I'm not lying.
But
I'm
the
just
text,
saying.
the text is brutal.
that it's hard to get through because
it's-
you're like, I want to progress. Like, I want to go further.
And you're stuck with the worst text possible.
Fuck. And you're just like sitting there pressing it. So then you're like, I want to take a break from all this conversation, and I want to go catch a random Pokemon, and you go, and then you don't get the fast travel to get back to the place, and it's like, it's the fucking worst. So that's where I'm at in Pokemon right now.
It sounds like a blast.
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Got
I'm
my
glad
fucking
that you dusted
Rhino.
off that 3DS.
Yeah. I mean,
Rhyhorn.
Rhinehorn, Rhino, fucking
Hey, what's
whatever
that
it is.
elephant one that like rolls around? Elodon?
It's Fanfi, and then like,
That's not 151.
no, it's
And
not.
it-
It's gold silver.
Yeah, I know. But do you remember when the Pokemon movie came out
He
and
rolled in the
he
beginning.
like rolled in the beginning? He was facing off like the
Pikachu.
Meryl.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh shit, Pikachu has like, or Raichu has an evolved form. He turns blue, or it's a water Pikachu. And then that's
Oh,
what I
right,
thought
yeah,
when I
yeah,
was a
it's the
kid.
mouse,
And then
and
I was
then-
like, oh, that elephant clearly turns off of like, it goes from Rhyhorn to Rhydon to this elephant or whatever. I don't know. That's what I was just thinking of. Someone's got to fill Justin's shoes, and
So
that's
just-
might as well
Yeah,
be me.
with dumb
Just took it to a
questions.
random
Yeah.
place. But yeah, so
5-minute timeout.
Yeah,
so
all right.
Pokemon Sun was not working out for me this week. It really wasn't. I fucked up, and I knew it as soon as I turned on my 3DS again and looked at it and was like, "This mother." Because
I've seen
I had to
this
fight
before.
the fucking totem Pokemon. I had to fight everything again.
Oh, on the island?
a bad
So you were
hit.
way back.
Well, no, not on the island. On the fucking stupid ship that I got lost in last week. I had to refight everything again.
What totem? Were you
I don't know if it's a totem or
It's
the
just-
fucking. I had to fight the chick.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
The
that's what
leader.
I'm saying. You had to fight the fucking leader, like whatever. I had to do that whole fucking ship where I got lost. I didn't really get lost this time, but I still had to redo everything and click through A and just fucking get through it. And then I left, and then I couldn't get back, and then I had to go back to the fucking stupid ship. So yeah, it was stressful. It sucked.
Nice.
It sucked. But I do enjoy playing this game. That's why.
Without the text, it would have been a 5
Without the
minute.
text,
fuck
it
up.
would be green for me, hard green. But at this moment, I'm at yellow, but it's a lot of user error. So maybe it's teetering on the yellow side.
yeah.
We're yellow up here.
We'll get it eventually.
Eventually, we're going to have a nice little
We'll figure something out.
stoplight or something.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
It'll happen, maybe. But anything else, or
No, that's really it for me. That's
Okay.
it for me. So I'm going to pass it along because I feel like Tony's probably played some Pokemon.
I
A little bit
have.
of Tony.
So I did not have the same problem as Gary did. I actually
clearly
I hope not. I hope not.
I think I beat it again.
you think you beat it, or you did?
Well, because they do like a double, so I did beat it twice. Yes, I've gone through the whole story twice. Sun and Moon
Which one's better?
doesn't actually. Really
Which one's better?
Sun?
That's what I'm talking about.
Didn't
talking about.
Didn't Justin get Moon?
He got Moon.
He did. He did
Yeah.
get Moon.
He's on that.
It's a
ball
Justin move.
Yeah,
It's a
ball is life
balls.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's dedication.
yeah. But anyway,
But
so
Pokemon's not life for him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
moving on, he made the wrong decision in that, just like he did like skipping this podcast.
Oh, shit. Shots fired.
yeah.
Bang, bang, bang.
But yeah, so like I said, beat it all the way through twice, and honestly, the only downside really is the text. Everything else is pretty fucking good in the game. I don't like the totem idea, but I can deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Text fucking 15 hours later, still hitting the fucking
It's
A
just
button.
so fucking much. It's not even like.
It stops you.
It's very weird because I mean I haven't played. I mean I played up to Ruby Sapphire, Leaf Green I guess when they redid it. They didn't. There wasn't a lot of handholding. There was
X and Y.
just it's minimal, enough to figure it out.
Yeah.
And
in
we
this, I
played
mean-
this as kids, like.
Yeah.
So we should understand it as adults.
Well, no, it's more of just like it wasn't complicated. Like we,
It wasn't that complicated, it's just
that
you
was
got through
enough.
it.
That was enough then to get us to beat the game. Like I beat the game when I was a kid. I think everybody here beat it when they were a kid. So they obviously
Justin
had.
still is at
Wow,
Elite
that's
Four,
not
so-
worried about. Justin,
He's stuck.
He's
He's done.
preschool, but I mean, it was enough. Like that was enough. So why are they increasing?
I have no idea, and it
know?
fucking sucks because the text isn't interesting at all. I tried to like listen Don't
just
even
stop.
tell
No,
me.
no, no. It's the
Don't
fact-
even tell me.
It's just the fact that they stop you every 5 minutes for
yeah.
text.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it
agree.
saying?
Stuff you don't
Nothing.
need.
Well, I mean, what? But like, literally, what is it?
I can pull up my 3DS and,
it's like,
I'm at the beginning
But
of
what
Pony
would it be
Island
like?
right
It's
now.
What would you?
still-
How,
They'll give you stuff. They'll
what
hand you-
stops you? Like, is it a person or is it just
Random
text,
people,
just
your
text in
fucking
general?
rival that's your best friend that's an idiot that's just been like
How many-
chasing
yeah.
behind you, and like every 2 seconds you're about to go to like the next area, he'll like stop you and be like, "Hey, McGruber," because that's my name, and he'd be like, "I just did this too. Like we should battle each other." Ha ha ha. Like and like I don't know. But he does it every single time like you're trying to leave somewhere. He'll
Him-
come up behind you,
okay.
and
Professor,
then Lily,
the
the
chick.
sister. She's got problems of her own. She keeps coming up to you. She's not even a Pokemon trainer. She's got this Pokemon. She's trying to make moves with it, but then she needs your help for every fucking little thing. And then the other Pokemon gets scattered brain and he leaves and she needs to find it,
runs
but she
off,
needs
yeah.
your help because she's not a trainer. So then you got to pick her up and help her out. And it's like, it's the worst.
Have you played as can you choose your gender?
Yeah.
Have you played as a female at all or no?
No.
I'm wondering, I'm imagining that if you're a sister, then your partner
play as the
is,
brother.
The brother is
Correct.
the chatty.
The opposite, yes.
Charlie.
I'm assuming it does the opposite.
Okay.
We're just gonna assume.
Well, we'll assume. But I was just wondering, just as a
Yeah.
curiosity.
I don't know. But,
But
yes, the
either
chat
way, they
is the
stop you.
fucking
So-
worst. They
so
stop you everywhere.
Stupid
Green,
shit.
but there's some
There's
drawbacks.
hints of yellow in there.
I mean, I would say it's a green as far as this one hooked me. I didn't even finish half of Pokemon X, just from my personal opinion. Because I think what this game did better than X was the original Pokemon, and the Pokemon that are newer
Mixed.
are mixed in, but they actually have like decent Pokemon that are the new like
The new ones are better.
the new ones are better. The new ones are better than the previous games. Pokemon X was real weird, real fast, and I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. So this one, I would give it a green. I would give it a green for sure.
Nice.
Even though it's all problems that I'm creating for myself.
Correct. Getting lost, which I don't know how you did.
I got lost
And then the
in a
bad
game
guys.
that literally
Yeah.
holds your hand throughout.
That's-
the
But think
Stops
about
you.
it like that. I mean, you are, but it's highlighting a very important problem. It's like it's not a game you would want to go back and play again because of the text.
Correct.
Like it's
So
not one
I'm-
you could just be like, oh, like or like maybe you want to do. I imagine if like maybe you want to do collect them all or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if that text is still going to happen, if it's still going to handhold you, but it
yeah,
would be.
I don't
a
know
reason.
Endgame. Like I don't know
Right. But it
what
would-
that looks like.
Seems like a reason, like, oh, I wouldn't go back and, or just if in general, he's
No,
like,
no,
oh,
no.
let's just start the game from the beginning again, and then you like, oh shit, I gotta go through all that fucking
I ain't
horseshit.
starting over and being like, oh, I don't like my starter. I want to pick a different starter. Like, no, that's
Yeah.
not happening. Incineroar is a beast anyway, so I'm good. But
Well, speedrun wise, I guess it'd be different, but Incineroar is a good
It's
choice.
definitely not a game you can speedrun.
No, because you don't get
Doesn't
your
seem like
starter until a long time into the game. It's 45 maybe. Half
I
hour.
told you, beginning of the game tutorial,
have to-
literally an hour long.
Well, the cutscene in the beginning, the bird, the legendary saves you, and then you have to wait till you move in, and then
it's a
bunch of
process.
shit.
Gotcha.
But once you get started in the actual Pokemon battles and the Z power and like the actual Pokemon in the game is a lot of fun. The battles, like even the calling for help at first it was annoying. At first it was annoying. Now I can see because it adds a bit of strategy to it when you're trying to find like a certain Pokemon or you're trying to like get a Gyarados, right? So you're trying to get Gyarados, so you're fishing in the water, you find a Magikarp,
You just
don't want to
let it
kill it,
call-
you're just
yeah.
going to let it call for help, and then eventually it's going to potentially call a Gyarados.
And you're like, all
And
right,
then you're like,
kill these things, take Gyarados halfway
Take-
down.
and then I'm going to get him alone and then take him. So I can see how later game it helps when calling for new Pokemon instead of having to just search around in the
they
fucking
said
tall
people
grass.
do it for shinies, and then like I said, leveling up it helps because you get double the experience when you kill them both.
Yeah.
So that way you don't have to keep walking through the grass.
Yeah, and the XP share off the jump,
Yeah.
solid.
Anthony's a grind kind
Because
of guy.
it doesn't give you, like I said, if you want to level up a Pokemon solo, so say you want to get Incineroar to level 100 first. Beforehand, if you use experience share,
It splits
It
it, but
splits
now
it.
it like doubles it, right?
it now gives the same, well, you get halved, and now everyone gets the same, even if you take it off.
Really?
So say like a normal Pokemon in older games gave you 3,000 experience. If you got experience share on, it give you 1,500 to you and then 1,500 to everybody else. Now it's strictly 1,500 to everybody,
Even if you don't even
even
have
if you
it.
don't have it on. So
That's
everyone gets
dumb.
the same amount of experience that you get from killing that one Pokemon.
Gotcha.
I mean, I like it. I like it. It helps
It's
me
needed.
out. I'm
It's
not a
needed in the
psychopath.
game. I have to
Yeah.
like with the way they kind of the game plays out. You need the experience share in the beginning because you need all 6 Pokemon, especially when you face the Elite Four.
Gotcha.
But
Anything else though on Pokemon or
no, that was it. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I'll keep playing it.
nice?
Collect all 800 something.
Don't bother.
Psychopath.
Anything else that you played this week or?
I did. I also continued The Last Guardian.
Nice. So did I. Yeah,
This
go
is,
ahead.
This is a smooth transition, guys. I really like this.
You enjoying it?
Proceed.
So yeah, continued on The Last Guardian. I started to enjoy it, I think, a little bit more than I did previously.
Okay.
Simply,
Why?
I'm gonna say like the relationship between the kid and the dog
Yep.
has been incredible. It's been a lot. Like the controls still suck.
Yeah.
Let's
There's-
just throw that
that's
out
not-
there.
that's not being
Nothing's
fixed.
changed. Yeah.
The controls are still trash.
Is that
The
acceptable,
camera-
Brian?
Is it acceptable? No, but for anybody to think that it wasn't going to play this way is a little silly. It's a little silly to me
Stop
for
being
people
silly out there.
For people to assume that this game was going to play any different than Ico or Shadow of the Colossus is a little silly to me.
Yep. Everything I've seen of it looks awesome. I've watched you play a couple different times now. It looks awesome to me.
I mean, like Anthony said, like the relationship that you build between Trico is his name
Yeah.
or Trico, whatever it is.
Call him Bird Dog.
I call him Bird Dog.
Cat dog.
But the relationship that you build with him is quite astounding, actually. You rely on each other so heavily at some points that.
An amazing cutscene, kind of. Well, not even cutscene.
Are you talking about the
bridge.
bridge scene? Yeah. Where
That was in the trailers?
yeah, well, the E3 demo that they showed off. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Where he like released so Trico is afraid of these stained glass windows.
Mm-hmm.
So he will not, or he or she, I think it's a he, will not
not a
jump.
gender.
Not
here.
Slippy, yeah.
Yeah, will not jump or go anywhere near these things. So he'll get you kind of close, and then you have to go on foot
Yep.
and destroy these things. So there's one scene where there's a few that you have to unlatch a lock, and then like a mine cart that's carrying this
Push it
thing
through.
will push it through, and then it'll drop, and then the bridge will destroy because of that, and then the bird dog Trico will then come and try to save you as long as you run and jump at the right time.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't want to hear this, spoiler alert, come back in about literally 30 seconds.
I don't want to hear this.
Oh, okay.
This is fucked.
Do you really not want to hear it?
Nah, I mean, you guys can. You
So
guys can.
you release this thing, and then the bridge starts falling, and then you jump, and Trico tries to save you, and he misses you with his mouth,
Yeah.
and then you're like
Gets you
falling,
with
and
your
he gets you with the
Motion.
tail. And you're like, shit, that's really cool. And it happens often, and it happens randomly too. So spoilers are all done. But if you jump back in and you're playing the game, and at one point, if you jump off of a ledge to try and like reach him, sometimes he'll just miss you with his mouth and like catch you with his hand or grab you with his tail again. So there's just like really
So there's moments where like you feel like, oh shit, I fucked up, and then he catches you.
he catches you
like,
because
Snake.
yeah, and it's not like it's not one of those set up staged moments.
Yeah.
It just happens spontaneously. And it's actually quite incredible. So there are very few moments like that where it's very few and far between, but it does kind of help you keep pushing through the game. I'm gonna let Anthony keep.
No, it's
yeah.
same kind of thing. Even he does the reverse, like in the same thing when he makes the jump and he can't get up.
Yep.
You have to get off and then like find out, like you
find a
save
way.
him to kind of help him back up.
Yeah. So there'll
Have
be
you killed Bird Dog yet? Have
Dog.
either of you?
No.
no.
So like you literally, there's nothing you can do to make him die.
I haven't found anything. I haven't tried to make him die, but I haven't found anything.
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, somebody's making him die.
If anyone's killed Bird Dog, it's gonna be
I've
this
left
guy.
the spears in him. He doesn't seem to really. He seems to powerhouse through fucking everything.
So he just can't be dead.
He
die.
can't. He hasn't fallen.
He needs food though. He
does,
won't
yeah.
do shit if you like if he's really tired and he needs food, he will not do anything until you go find him a barrel full of food and give it to him. So,
It's annoying.
Right now, I am I got stuck on a tree. Have you gotten to that part yet?
Wind chimes is where I'm at.
Wind chimes.
They hang. It's the hanging. It's pretty much the stained glass, but
So you're climbing up on stained glass and wind chimes for nothing, and then the big spiral.
yeah.
Okay, I'm a little bit further than you are. There's also you're not necessarily sure what's happening in the story because there are other things that you're seeing things. You're not necessarily sure what it is, but you're seeing things, and then you're also seeing these. Yeah, we're trying not to spoil anything here, but I want to know what's going on with these like guardians that are trying to attack you, and like the tattoos on the kid's body.
Tattoos are interesting. I assume that gives him the superhuman strength to jump literally off anything and just walk away from it.
Yeah, that's one thing. He could jump. He could fall about 100 feet, and then his leg hurts for about 5 seconds.
So can you kill the kid?
Only if you jump off a thing with no ledge.
Yeah. So like if you jump off into the abyss of nothing,
Trico can't save you.
He can't save you. Then you die. But you just respawn.
You can
So
jump.
you literally can't die in this game, other than the fact like if there's they didn't create a floor.
Well, I mean, so there's also the guardians or the soldiers. I don't know what they are.
Can they kill you?
If they capture you, they take you into a door. And I've never went into the door because I'm like, have you ever been grabbed by one of them?
Yeah, and then you just hit the buttons.
Yeah, if they're close enough to a door, you'll see these archways that are in stone. They're a little like faint blue.
Oh yes, correct.
Yeah. So if you've ever noticed, next time you get grabbed by one of those, see what happens. There, it's a glowing door. When they capture you, the door glows, and they try to take you into the. I'm sure that's what you would turn into. You would turn into one of them.
Homework,
dude. Homework. Check out. See what happens.
Yeah.
Get captured. See what happens at the glowing door.
It's the Twilight Zone.
Writing that down.
Although I will say, I'm a little. The game is kind of very repetitive. It's the same.
Kind of very. I like that. Kind of very. Much so.
It's the same thing.
Same look though. I still like the idea. The transition from the beginning was kind of slow. It was like ledge. It was strictly platforming, and then they hit you with like the stained glass kind of puzzles. Mm-hmm. So it's somewhat repetitive.
As of right now, all I feel like I'm doing is I'm sitting on Bird Dog. He's jumping from platform to platform. Begrudgingly, it's a pain in the ass to get him to do anything. But
agreed, yeah.
It's like me sitting on him, waiting for him to move, and then 3 minutes later, he jumps up onto a ledge, and I'm like, great, now go over to this one. And I'm like, bah, bah. And then the kid's like, all right.
What is he like again?
Bah, banana, bah. And then
Did you say banana?
I don't know what I said, but that's exactly what he sounds like. And then Bird Dog sits there for 3 minutes, and then he wiggles his ass a little bit, and then he
gets ready,
jumps up, and then you're like, great, okay.
I was off the dog, and then you missed that opportunity.
Yeah, so it's a pain in the ass. And a lot of times, he doesn't do what you want him to do, and it's funny sometimes, but at a point, I'm just like, come on, just let's go. I feel like if you could control Bird Dog, you would be able to get through this game probably in about 2 hours. So far, I mean,
so that's got to be the frustrating part is that this entire game you have an AI companion that you heavily rely on to get you from point A to point B, and you don't have control over. You have some control, but you don't really have control.
You can direct.
They're more
them.
like guidelines, really.
Yeah,
you let them.
So
know,
I can see
you
that
let them
being
know,
a
like,
problem.
hey, I'm thinking about going up onto that ledge. If you feel like it,
you can make it.
You can go for it. And
like
then
you should be able to switch to Bird Dog at any point in
and
time.
then just
you
jump.
should be able to switch between both.
That would
of
be
them.
helpful.
That would be fun.
Kind of like a little Grand Theft Auto 5 thing.
Yeah, exactly. God, Mike, I like that. I like that because then you would actually have some combat when you get to fight some of those glowing guys.
Yeah.
You can direct them to attack.
Yeah, but
that's the closest.
You could be.
You want to be.
that.
You want to be Bird Dog.
Yeah, you could be doing that.
So I don't know. As of right now, I feel like I'm probably either halfway or a little bit more than halfway through the game, and I'm not loving it, but I am enjoying it. It's certainly a yellow. It's really hard to recommend it to.
Well, it's really hard to live up to the hype that it had for that game. I feel like and it's not really that people were creating like this hype that was not wanted. I mean,
No, it's-
the game has just been in development for so long that regardless of whether it was the best game ever or the worst game, it's not going to live up to what people wanted over that period of time. I don't think any game. Can
I
really
think
do
the
that.
biggest, well, one, it's a technical marvel because you are. I mean, I don't develop games, but I'm imagining it's super fucking difficult to have the player control one character, right? You play as the boy, and that physics attached to this AI who has, 4 limbs and then a tail, and his head's moving around at all times. Like, I'm imagining programming that and understanding how that, or like getting that to work the way that it does, is probably a pain in the ass. I bet you it took them fucking 7 years to figure that out.
0 glitches, I guess.
There's also very little glitches. I haven't
Yeah,
really seen a
nothing.
whole lot of there's clipping, sure. Like if I'm on his head and he jumps through a wall and I hit the wall, it's like I'm going with him.
Okay,
It's-
let's not nitpick here, Brian.
but that's exactly what I'm saying, and I think it's really impressive. It's just, it's exactly what I expected. It's just a little slower, and I wish it was a little bit more fast paced like Ico. It's slower than Ico, which I don't like. But
Yep.
Anthony?
Everything I've seen of it looks fucking sweet, though.
Same. I'd stick with the yellow. It's something that suits me, but I wouldn't, like you said, I wouldn't recommend it to necessarily everyone.
Yeah,
It didn't.
I'm the same way.
It didn't disappoint. It's not like that's super up.
It's not blowing my socks off
Yeah.
yet. The one thing that is,
But
like
it's
you said, is the relationship between the kid and Trico.
They're very good storytellers. So until the end,
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see
Something
how it
bad's
finishes
gonna
up.
happen. It's
Yeah.
gonna be devastating.
did you do
Don't
what I
say
did?
that.
or
Huh?
Did you Google it?
No.
Do you know
No.
the ending?
No, I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But,
That's a first.
Yeah. Anything else or
No, that's it. That's all I played this week.
okay?
So moving on to the last person.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, I played Overwatch. I played a little bit of Dragon Quest Builders. I'm not going to bore you with that, but I did play Last Guardian, like I was just talking about. And the last game that I played this week was a game that was released today, and I know that God Mike back there was playing it. Is Super Mario Run.
I have.
So
This is bullshit.
Okay.
because Gary wanted to play it. and
I
you
wanted to
didn't
play it.
know.
I was on the fucking list saying notify me. Oh yeah, iTunes, notify me when this game is ready for me to download. Guess what? Gary still hasn't got
a notification.
a notification. I've been at work all day
Waiting for that notification.
waiting for that notification,
Well,
looking at it, seeing people talk about it.
Maybe
like,
the
you know
problem
what?
is you have 2 phones and you.
No, there's no problem with that. If anything, I should have been getting
Double
double
no- yeah.
notifications. But I'm pretty disappointed that you guys got to play it, and I can't really say anything to it.
Okay. So
But I'm
The fact
excited
that
to hear
you
what you
can't
guys
say
about to
anything
say.
to it. Let's move on.
yeah,
What do you got?
first and foremost, I haven't purchased the game yet. I'm still up
Either.
in the air on if I want to buy it. So if you download the demo, you get the first 3 levels, and then 20 seconds of the castle so
Right.
each world is 3 levels and then a castle.
I guess you also get the little preview level.
Oh, yeah, the little tutorial level.
Tutorial, but that's a level.
There's also the way that it works is it's a one tap button. Your Mario is constantly running to the right unless you wall jump off of the wall, and then he starts going left, and he doesn't start moving right again until he hits ground or if he lands on a block or whatever. So he's constantly running to the right. He jumps. Yada yada
You
yada.
can't go left though.
You can't go left.
You can't.
You
go
can't
left.
turn
won't
around
go
You
and
left.
can't be running left.
Yeah.
You can be in
Wall
the
jump.
air
Go a little
going
left.
left.
You can
Yeah.
go. Well, you can go a little left if you jump. I mean, if you wall jump, you can go left. Technically.
Yep.
You turn. He does that.
Go
It's
the
like
opposite way,
it's
but
like
you-
driving in New Jersey. You got to turn right to turn left.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Sure.
But each level,
Jersey way.
each level, there are 5 pink coins for the first
Yep.
challenge, and then the objective is just to get to the flagpole, like it is in every 2D Mario game. What? But the way that this works, it's very simple. It's very intuitive. The jumps are a little off for a Mario game, but then again, it's using Unity. It's not using Nintendo's own engine, so that's probably why it feels a little off to me. I think that the game is really ingenious and it's really simple.
I mean, just to add on that, I mean, it wasn't so off. It felt a lot more like New Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
Yeah.
Those wall jumping mechanics that have.
Yeah, actually, the wall jump
It's
mechanics
he
like that.
slides down, he
Yeah.
holds it
Okay.
and slides, and then he jumps. There is So he'll run and he'll vault over enemies. You don't even have to jump
Yep.
over enemies. He
I
just
thought that was
vaults.
unusual.
Yeah.
Because
What?
So they don't hit
they would
him?
just like in the beginning tutorial they said, yeah, just he can run and he'll automatically jump over small. He'll do all enemies or the ones I've encountered.
So
and
the
small
Goombas and Koopas,
holes.
he'll just vault over them, or like little
Little pitfalls,
platforms, or like little pitfalls. He'll just run over, or he'll vault over. But there are style jumps. So if he's vaulting mid vault, if you tap it, he'll do like a pretty high jump, and he'll get like
me to do that
he'll do
real
some points.
Yeah.
yeah.
So the only way you can die is if you fall in a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much.
bullshit.
Or run into like if you don't. Well, if you
You hit the wall.
If
I've
you
run
if there's an
into-
enemy above
Well,
you and you
apparently
jump,
if you don't jump, it jumps for you. So
well piranhas it
Jumpman
doesn't.
cats, they keep jumping.
piranhas
So
it
I've
doesn't.
run into a few of those, and then I feel like I can't remember.
PD Piranha?
If you miss a jump, will he automatic like if you jump but then don't? I can't remember.
It's more timing than anything.
Yeah.
It's more of a timing game more than a platforming game, which is something that I don't like, but I understand it's a mobile game that's kind of how it works. With this, I've been playing this. I probably played it for like an hour or two, and the coin challenge is to collect the pink coins. So that's what I did because I only had 3 levels. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll try to collect all the pink coins. So the first level, I get it done, no problem. It's like, oh, you collected all the pink coins. They're like hidden, jumped up
Yeah.
high. You got to get them. And then it changed to purple coins. And then they're in different spots. So then you have to find those. And then it changes to green coins. And those are very difficult. All the while, you have 30 seconds to get to the end goal.
yep.
Yeah, these also actually like the timing. The timer is pretty short.
There's not a whole
So
lot.
you can't make mistakes. It's pretty much.
Yeah, you cannot make mistakes. So I actually, right before you guys got here, I was trying to get all 5 green coins on the first level. I've still yet to do it. It's difficult. I'm not going to lie. I found out where they all are. It's just getting them all and then getting to the end.
Within 30 seconds.
If you miss something, there is the bubbles. You can click a bubble and then
But it's
it'll
still
move
timing
you.
over.
Yeah, it'll move you back in the level, which is
Oh,
helpful.
So you can select the bubble. if
It's in
you
the
want.
top left of the screen.
No, I saw it, but I didn't know it was just something. If you die,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
it
brings
puts you in a
back.
bubble.
Yeah, but you
I
can
didn't know you could
select it if
to-
like you
if
see a
make
coin and
something.
you're running by
That's
it and you're like, oh
interesting.
shit.
Yeah.
You press the bubble, it brings you back, but at the same time the timer's still running down.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so
stop
it's
the timer.
it's more of a it's like,
I
hey,
fucked up
do you
real
want to
quick.
use that or do you want to just
You're
keep
gonna-
going?
I'm just
Right.
gonna restart.
Yep. So
Because
There
it's
is a
30
little
seconds.
leeway in the timer.
Yeah.
It's not like super tight, but I mean, it's definitely. It's,
so I found all 5 coins and I was probably about 2 or 3 seconds away from the flagpole, and I missed it. But I found all 5 coins, and so like if I had known where they are and I did it perfectly, I would still have something like 10 seconds left.
Okay.
So
Once you figure it out, then
Yeah.
it's enough time. Okay. So I mean, from your, so you're on the fence.
I'm on the fence of purchasing it. There's also a lot of little things where you can link your My Nintendo and you can play as Toad. I know you can unlock Luigi.
Yeah.
I think there's a Yoshi character that you can play as.
you can play with people online. There's Toad's Alley,
It's Toad Rally.
Toad Rally.
So what you
whatever.
do is
You want to go to
ba-
Toad's Alley?
Yeah.
Toad's Alley. It could get dicey.
Pretty rough
Oh.
down there.
but
Yeah, come on.
you're facing off against somebody else's ghost, or you're facing
Right.
off
So
against.
Yeah,
It's
you're not,
it's
it's not
Mario
like
Kart then.
But you can
we
also
started a matchmaking
I think,
session.
Well, right, but you can input. So it's kind of like the games. You just like if you're friends. So like
Yeah.
me and Brian. I think I can input someone's.
Yeah, you
like,
can
user
probably
ID.
input, take Brian in as a friend,
Well, they
and then
wouldn't-
when you're on
The same
Toad's
level,
Alley,
yeah.
Right.
then you'll be able to run against his ghost.
But at the same time, they do randoms. Like when they was trying to sell me on it,
yeah.
it was just randos. You know, like just whatever. I
And
think
you
with,
probably beat them because the developer probably put them in there to make
I
it
didn't
easier.
even-
Yeah,
do it.
the
I didn't
first
even
one. The
bother
first
playing
one
it.
is Nintendo, and I did beat it. And
Yeah,
of course you did.
So the way that you do it, if you get more style points, and if you're wowing the crowds for the Toads, they come to your kingdom, and then you can start slowly building up your kingdom. So as of right now, my home screen is like this little tiny tent. And the more Toads that you get, there's like red, yellow, purple, blue, and green Toads that you can collect. I have like 30 red Toads from that one time I played. And the more you get, the bigger the castle or the tent becomes. So I'm imagining it starts off as a tent, becomes a giant castle, yada yada, so on and so forth.
Yep.
I don't necessarily know what you're doing with the green or with the purple and pink coins or whatever, but that's what.
It's just
Whatever.
collecting at this point.
Probably buy
So some
new-
interesting things in the levels were there are spots where you can stop the timer and wait
Yeah, that's actually pretty impressive.
to kind of like
Assess the situation.
assess what's going on. To say, usually they do it in front of like, oh, you could go high or low. So you kind of want to, see what you're going to do. Usually they were like, so they have these like blanked out boxes with arrows inside that like have coins in them. Like they'll create like coin arches for
shows
things.
you a path.
Yeah.
Shows you like a path. So you can kind of assess, what coin like
Yeah.
situation do I want? And like I thought that was kind of cool. Of like a little, it's actually just like a little rest.
It's
like
a
if
little
you,
red
like,
block that you can
I could see where like if you bought the game, you get later in the game, like those would be really helpful because it's like, oh shit, I've probably been running for like a minute straight, and I imagine the levels get kind of crazy where you're like boom, 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 boom. So like
Mm-hmm. Lot
coming
of
across
tight
one of
jumps,
those
yeah.
blocks, you could stop and just be like, all right, whoa, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And like deciding moves or just catching
Interesting.
it off, and like that I liked. Graphically, I was a fan. It's like new Super Mario Brothers.
It looks exactly like the new Super Mario Brothers games.
I didn't feel.
MOBA.
I mean, I never really liked those games' controls overall, but they're not like terrible or awful at all. They're
They
just.
kind of work perfect for mobile, to be
I
honest.
agree with that completely. My biggest complaint was, or not even a complaint, just it felt like the kind of game where they should have treated it right off the bat like the original Super Mario Brothers. You're just like no really anything. Like start, boom, you're in the tutorial and you're just running. I felt like that would have been kind of cool because like in the original Super Mario Brothers, you get the home screen.
Yep.
You got one player, you press start, and then
Go.
you're just in the level, and like it's level 1. Like you should be able to learn all your mechanics, roughly, like the basic mechanics in that first level, and then just go through it, and then after that maybe tell you a few other hint things because that's how they fucking do games now.
I mean, you see in Pokemon, they're going towards the
but
way
it's
of holding
nothing
your
like
hand.
It's
Pokemon's above
actually-
and beyond.
it's nothing like that.
It is
It's-
hand-holdy for a mobile game, though.
I would say yes. Yeah. I
Think
would
about
agree
like
with that.
Temple Run. When you start Temple Run,
Yeah, you're just running.
you're just running.
And that's what I'm kind of looking for. I was, I wanted, or I just was like, why are they telling me so much shit? Like, and the first level is kind of based off of
The first level
the
of
first
Mario.
level of the
just
original
new
NES
Super Mario
Mario.
skin.
yeah.
So I was like, well, that's what just clicked with me. I was like, well, why did you need to tell me all that shit? I think it's pretty simple to pick most of this up.
Yep.
The most unusual mechanic was that Mario jumped over enemies.
Yeah. That's weird to
It's
me.
very weird. I was a little taken aback by that, but I thought it was cool because that makes
I'd have to
certain
see
things
it in
simple.
action.
Yeah.
Download
So-
it.
Immediately,
shut
I
you
would
off
want to
there.
just jump over, which I would kind of naturally do anyway.
Sometimes I find myself doing that, and like you hit Goomba, Koopa, and then the shell keeps going. There are so if you jump on a Koopa, it just kills him right out. But if you do the vault and then mid vault, if you tap it, it kind of kicks the shell forward, and then you jump higher anyway. So these like vault
Double jump.
mechanics are, I guess, encouraged because then you're getting more points, more coins along the way.
Please in
So-
the crowd.
Yeah, basically. I feel like that's what they are looking for, you to jump mid vault instead of your typical Mario jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah. And that's interesting because, what was I going to say? I find myself wanting to go down pipes.
yeah, and you
And
can't.
you can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I really want to, because you come
underground.
across one and you're just like, well, what could be down here? What
Well,
could be-
I mean, because
It's
sometimes
like-
it's
Toad's
like
Alley.
there's a piranha
Alley
plant,
might be down there.
Yeah, it could be.
piranha plant pipe, and then piranha plant, and you're like, that pipe has something to, like,
Yeah.
you could go down that pipe in a normal Mario game. So
It's kind of counterintuitive to like the last 30 years of Mario games
yeah.
where you just like
Yeah.
immediately like, there's got to be something secret down here. You want to find, and even kind of just running through the level, you just
want to explore
you
a
want to
little bit
explore
more.
a bit more,
Yeah.
and you're just on this track where you're just forward.
That's what it is.
I feel like they've kind of they turned it into Sonic. So if anyone's
kind
played
of, yeah.
Sonic, you're just running as fast as you can to get to the goal.
I love Sonic.
I love the first 4
Few.
Sonics,
Yeah.
actually.
So you like Sonic?
Yeah, I like traditional Sonic.
It's also
But-
like the ultimate
one.
auto play level, like in 3 or World, where
Or,
you,
yeah.
you can't go back. It's just constantly auto scroller level, and that's every level. That's going to be every level in this game.
Yeah.
You know, which is
So how much is this game?
$10.
$10.
$10.
You
price
can then
tag.
do microtransactions if you want. I don't know what they do.
Perfect. Love those microtransactions.
I didn't think they had any in them.
10 was
I
full
think they
game,
do.
thought.
Oh, do they? Well,
But 10
So
is the full
$10
game.
is
Full
available
full
now.
game, yeah.
Yep, available now. I would highly recommend checking out the demo,
demo.
playing it for yourself, and then
They're also doing worlds, so it's your World 1, World 2, World 3.
So I'm sure we'll give you our thoughts
Next week.
next week.
next week. Yeah, but that's going to be
Someone
it.
is going to buy it.
Yeah, that's going to be it for Under Your Thumb this week. We're going to take a quick break and come back with the drunken news. Stay tuned.